Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to discuss what makes a good opener. All right everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I've gotten this question a few times and I really wanted to take the time to kind of sit down and think about it because I have structured my routines in such a specific way, looking for the perfect opener, the perfect closer, the perfect middle section, the roller coaster and all that stuff. But I never really thought about why it is that I choose this trick or that trick for an opener or closer, etc. So I want to talk about it in this video. Before I do that, I wanted to thank all of my brand new Mob Squad members for joining. I'm going to be reading off some of your guys' names in this video and future ones, so make sure to check them out. If you guys want to get your own shout out, don't forget to click the join button for just $1 a month. You guys will get access to all of my tutorials, exclusive content, and early access to future videos. So today I wanted to do a special shout out to Everett Chavers, Jerry Lucas, and Art Darefall. Thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't butcher your names too much, but thank you guys so much for becoming Mob Squad members. Really means a lot. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, all of that stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and move right on into this video. So what makes a good opener? In my opinion, a solid opener has to have at least 3 things. Number one, it has to draw the audience in. So what exactly do I mean by draw the audience in? You really want to kind of pique their curiosity. And when I say opener, I could be talking about, you know, a formal close-up show or a stage show or even strolling. Like if you're going to do strolling, walk around, table hopping magic, you got to get their attention and focus it in on what it is that you're doing. So for me, the perfect opener is my purse frame routine. The one where I open up the purse, I pull a bunch of sponge balls out of it and I go on and I do some sponge ball magic. That is my opener for pretty much most of the types of events that I do. I use it in my formal close-up show and I use it in my strolling set as well. So why do I choose this particular effect? Well, honestly, it's really simple. The props are interesting. I mean, I pull out a little purse frame. It's got no bag. And I pull it out and I say, have you seen my purse? And now everyone's focused on this purse. Like, well, what is this purse? It's not even a purse. It's like a frame, right? And I show it empty and all this. And then I reach and I pull out a sponge ball. So, you know, like I said, it focuses them in. Now, obviously, you don't have to necessarily do this. Let's just say maybe you just want to do magic with a deck of cards. So one of the first things that I will do is I will never take out an ordinary deck of cards and just say, here, pick a card, right? I will always pull out a deck of cards that is interesting, whether that be a blank deck of cards or sometimes I'll start off with my miniature deck of cards, right? I'll do that bit where I'll say, I want to start this show off with just a little card trick. Is that okay if I show you guys just a little card trick? Everyone says yes, and I go, oh, okay, a little card trick. And I pull out the miniature deck of cards. It's an interesting prop, right? I give the cards to them, they can shuffle it, and then I go on to perform magic with just this little deck of cards. And you don't even necessarily have to do anything special with it. You can literally just take out the deck of cards and you can have them mix them up and then you can do magic with those. And then what I usually do is I grow the deck from a small deck. I make it transform into a normal sized deck of cards. And then I go on from there. So it really draws them in, it piques their curiosity. So that's the first thing that you want to do. Second thing that you want to do is set the tone. Now, what is tone exactly? So let's talk about like if we were going to watch a movie, for example. Usually the opening scene in any film is going to set the tone, and that is how the movie feels. Is it a sad movie? Is it a suspenseful movie? Is it a comedy? Is it a thriller? You will know usually just by watching the first scene of that movie. If the movie is very dark and mysterious, you know that, okay, this is going to be some kind of like a thriller or, you know, a suspenseful type of movie. If someone gets brutally murdered in like the first 2 minutes, you know, like, okay, this is going to be some kind of action movie or maybe even some kind of like a horror thing, right? Like you can tell by the opening scene. And I really feel like the opener should do the same thing, but for your magic show. It would be really bizarre if I'm a comedy magician and I opened my show with a very serious Max Maven-esque mentalism piece. So the audience is suspecting like, oh, okay. Or like a Darren Brown or something like that. They think like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like this serious, you know, magic show. But then, or like this serious mentalism type thing. But then after that, I do like sponge bunnies and rope tricks and stuff. Like, it doesn't really make sense to do that. So you want to make sure that your opener is going to set the tone for your show. Again, using my purse frame routine as an example, it's a purse frame routine that uses sponge balls. There's a lot of gags and jokes and stuff, and it sets the tone for my show. This is going to be a fun, lighthearted performance, and it, you know, it does a good job of relaying to my audience just what my character is. And the third thing is that you want it to be very visual, and you want it to be, for the most part, pretty strong magic. You want to open strong. Like I said, you want to focus them in, you want to get their attention, and you want them to like, whoa, like that was pretty cool. And then you roll into your next effect. So we already talked about the purse frame routine and how that kind of focuses them in. Another opener that I did for the longest time was actually the splash bottle production by David Stone. For those of you not familiar, the magician blows up a balloon, pops the balloon, and then a full-sized bottle of wine or whatever you would like, excuse me, jumps out of the balloon. And so it's quick, but it's very visual. It's big. It gets their attention. Like, oh, what's the magician doing with this balloon, right? So you blow up the balloon, you pop it, whoa, and then there's a bottle now and everyone can clap, and then you can go on to do magic with the bottle that you just produced, or you can set it down on the table and you can call back to it later on in the show, stuff like that. So the opener, like I said, you want to draw them in, you want to keep their attention there, you want to set the tone, and you also want to make sure that your opener is visual and strong magic. You don't want to really open your set with a long drawn out dialogue or like a self-working trick that has like a bunch of steps to it or something like that. You want to open strong, quick, and visual. And when I say quick, I don't necessarily mean that the trick has to be like 10 seconds long, but you want the magical moment, like I said, to really pop. You get that first pop. Now, when I say pop, I mean like, you know, where you do a trick and then the audience has some sort of reaction, whether it's like, whoa, or something like that, right? And that's going to help set the pace for the rest of the show. Usually it's hard to recover if your opener is like really slow or dull or boring. It's really hard to ramp up after that. You would rather start strong, take them through a roller coaster during the show, and then of course end strong as well. Now, I don't have a whole lot of examples for openers for you guys because, to be honest with you, most of the openers that I perform are my own material. You guys are welcome to check out my sets, my materials and stuff right here on YouTube if you'd like. But as a little shout out, I will recommend you guys check out Nick Lacampo's top 10 opening tricks that he did on YouTube for the Penguin Magic podcast. I'll go ahead and leave that right here. Eric Tate and Nick Lacampo talk about not only the top 10 tricks that Nick likes to perform in his act, but also the reasons why each of those tricks work. And he'll also kind of talk a little bit about a lot of the things that he thinks make for a good opener as well. I'll leave a link to that right here in the description. I recommend after you guys are done watching this video to go check it out because I really think that you'll learn a lot. I learned a lot just watching that, and it was really cool to see all the different types of openers that Nick talked about in that video. Some of them I had never seen before, and some of them are tricks that I think I might give a try, you know, add something new to my act. In particular, there's this really cool effect that he does with a bunch of ties. I forget the name of it, but go watch the video and you guys will see what I'm talking about, where he has like a bunch of like neckties, and then he asks the spectator to choose any tie. They choose the tie, and then it's revealed that he's actually wearing that tie underneath, like he has his jacket closed and he opens it, and then he cinches up his tie. So it's like kind of a cool little, you know, like I said, it's something quick, it's visual, it gets the audience's attention. He comes out and he's got like all these ties on his arms and things, so it really focuses the audience in. It's exactly what I was talking about. Like things like that are gonna make really solid openers. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful. If you guys would like to see maybe a closer video, I think I will have something like that coming up for you guys in the very near future. So stick around. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.